Yo, is it recording? Yes, it is. Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Top G Trades. Top G Trades is a brand new. It's a brand new channel, YouTube channel. I will be breaking down my trades that I take, which are so great. I will also do the Ftmo challenge, 200k Ftmo challenge, live in front of everybody. I will call all my trades for free. You don't have to pay me a single penny. You don't have to pay me for VIP signals, VIP signal room mentorship. You don't have to pay me anything. And before you click off the video, because I know everybody has a super low, slow attention span ever since TikTok was created. But for the ones who want to actually stay, I will show you that I'm actually on the Ftmo challenge, 200k Ftmo challenge, which is extremely expensive. Look, bro, I actually passed this on equity, 220k. But I just decided to gamble the challenge. Instead of, not gamble it, but I mean, I could have closed at 219, 208, 70. I actually closed at 217k flat. But then I decided to become a degenerate and blew all the profits on the Monday because it was Friday. Then I blew all the profits, went all the way to 185 something k, and then went back into 200k. Then went so I went back to the 1800,000, and then went back into the 200,000, and then I went again back into the 1800,000. Now we're sitting at $186,000 of balance and 188 equity. Look, I might go up, I might go down. I have ups and downs. But guess what? I will always stand up for myself, and I will always stand up for you guys, because without you, Top G Trades wouldn't exist. It's day one, and you know the quote which says, one day or day one. It is day one. Let's all be friends. Let's all take all our aura, because I'm lacking aura right now because I lost so much account money. So let's gather all our aura. Let's start the weekly breakdown for all the Forex pairs, including the CHF pairs. If you don't, I'll let the CHF pairs that last, because nobody likes CHF pairs. Everybody knows it's manipulated. But hey, we like to gamble sometimes. We also have the FT. Look, I'm actually a gambler. I gambled so heavy in my life, but I will stop gambling. I'll take life seriously. I risk 10% per trade, and I'm trying my best to bump it up into 20% risk per trade, which is so good. Because, look, no risk, no Ferrari, yeah? And if you're gonna risk 2%, if you're 35 years old and above, 40 years old, okay, I understand it. 1%, 2%. You're in the low risk category, yeah? I'm now in the 25, I'm actually 25 years old now, so I'm in the aggressive category. So I have no problem in my life, no stress when I'm risking 40%. But 40%, after I tried it so long, 40% risk per trade is just gambling. Unless it's not the whole trading account you have. Now, I only own a 200k Ftmo challenge account. That's everything under my name. Basically everything. So, even though that's my net worth, I'm still risking 10%. Why? Because I'm not gonna sit on the PC or on the laptop. I actually trade on my MacBook because it's easier. I don't know how. So I'm not gonna waste my time, instead of going a job or whatever. I'm not gonna waste my time risking 2%, 1%. Although the 90% of traders lose their 90% of their account balance in the first 90 days. That is a rule. I don't argue with rules. Okay? I still think. So when did we start? August? So we went August, September, and now we're literally on October 25. So it's been 90 days. It's been almost 90 days. I think it's been 90 days, and I didn't lose my money for the first 90 days, which means I'm qualified to sell you a course and take your money. I'm just kidding, bro. But let's cut the rambling and talking, and let's actually start our technical analysis. So, first of all, it's Top G Trades, and if you enjoyed the content, join the Top G Trading Signals, where I will break down everything, every trade I take live on the Ftmo account. I will call it out, and once we hit the win streaks, once we get the payouts, everybody is gonna pay me. Everybody's gonna ask me to sell a course. Personally, I'm not actually planning to make a course, although I will do a course in future, obviously, because my time is worth money, and we live in the information era, so I have to sell information. I have to sell information because trading is an income. Yes, I'm not a guru. Like, I have no fucking money. Like, I'm not a guru. I'm not nothing. I'm just a random dude. And we have three types of traders, because I want to be 100% realistic and transparent with everybody and with myself before everybody. We have the losing traders. Second category, the break-even traders. Third category, the profitable traders. All right? Look, you know Sam Sulek. It's off topic, but I'm coming back to the trading part. Sam Sulek is some guy who always shares his experience in the gym. What does he do? Whatever. The same thing in trading. Now, that's why I started the Top G Trading Signals channel. It's because I thought trading is lonely, and honestly, one of the things that will increase the probabilities for me to actually do something more for trading is to share how I trade, teach somebody else how to trade. At least I will benefit, because I'm repeating what I know, which means it will solidify it in my brain, which will also make you guys win, because it's a win-win situation. So let's actually break down the trades that we're actually right now in. So that's the Euro USD. So what did I do? So I went to the daily chart. So let's begin Forex first. So I went into the daily chart. So I saw Euro USD. I actually like trading support resistance zone, liquidity zones, and I also like trading trend lines, sometimes moving averages, but I don't. I just to look at the trend and RSI divergence. Okay, but I only and solely and literally trade support resistance zones. Like, if I would put out of a 100%, 80% is the support resistance zone and price action. The rest is like the trend line and the moving averages. Okay, that's maybe 20, maybe even 10%. But the most important thing, price action for me. So I'm a price action trader, and that's my life. So what did I do first? I woke up in the morning. I opened my laptop. I'm stuttering because I don't know how to speak English, and I also have no testosterone. I lost aura. Who cares? Let's continue. Okay, so we clicked on the Euro USD, and Forex on my MacBook. I didn't actually trade in this computer, but because it's way easier to show it on the PC, yeah. But I mainly trade on my MacBook, and I will buy another camera, like a better quality camera and a microphone, to make the production even better in my MacBook, and then I'll start recording in my MacBook, which will give you the best experience. But effectively what I did, I went into the daily candle. I trade support, resistance, liquidity zones, which are no second guess, and key levels for indices. What do I mean by no second guess? Okay, let's look at this support resistance, for example. That's the whole support resistance. It's second guess. I don't know. Price came into this zone. It didn't bounce. It came into this zone. It didn't bounce. It came into this zone again. It also didn't bounce. But now we went into this zone. This support resistance zone has been what? Untouched. What do I mean by untouched? Which means price didn't go through it. These zones, this zone for example, price went through it. This zone, price went through it. This zone, price went through it. And also, these zones are close together. Like you see, this one is a little bit higher, this one is a little bit lower, this one is a little bit higher. So, you don't know where exactly the support resistance zone, and also price doesn't tell you when it wants to actually bounce and go to the next direction which you can capitalize your profits at. Yes, and also like some people will say, oh, but look at this liquidity. Okay, you could have actually did this. Let's fucking delete it. Excuse me for my language. So you could have done this, drew the zone like that. Like he took the liquidity, then you went to the H4 time frame. You saw, oh, okay, price actually made an H4 rejection candle on this zone, stop loss below. You would have lost. And maybe if you even went into the hourly time frame, especially like if you entered over here, like I'll be so realistic with you guys. Like you saw the H1, because you don't know what happened later, yeah. But you saw the H1 rejection closer. You could have done this. Like this is how I would trade. Price would have went into 0.5 risk at least, 0.5 R, which then once price goes to 0.5, I just place a break-even trade. Because it went into 50% of a one-to-one, and now if price actually really wants to go to the one-to-one, it will go. But if it doesn't, well, stop me out at break-even, and I don't care. I don't think twice about it, and that's it. So, price didn't even bounce into this zone. But the question is, why didn't price bounce in Euro USD zone? Obviously, because this zone is second guess. Yeah, it bounced, but it's not the best one, yeah? It's like when you're gonna choose a permanent girlfriend, like, yeah, she's a 5, but she's not the hottest, you know what I'm saying? Compared to this one, like, this chick, I would give her at least an 8 out of 5 out of 10. Like, you see, price came all the way into this zone. I didn't trade it on the, like, I didn't enter as soon as it went, because I know that like forex pairs get manipulated, and if I was realistic and I saw bullish, I would place my stop loss like this, and I will lose. Unless you're someone who wants to have a big fast stop loss, and you can do that, but I'd rather be more risky. I don't have time to swing trade for 3, 4, 5 days. I'm the guy who trades my trades. Obviously, like I have journaled so many trades. Like I've been journaling for almost a year. I have 8 weeks, 10 weeks of consistent journaling. I have big winners, small losers, big lose streaks. I've done it all. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about. And if I want to have a big zone, like it will take forever, and maybe I will get stopped out in the end, yeah? So yeah. This shit, we're not gonna trade it. Even this shit, like, I don't even like this trade, but I took it because I know the supporters. I know that at the end of the day, it's 50-50. And even if we went back to the entry, I would still at least have a break even, you know? Because you never know what's gonna happen. Because Forex is, especially when you trade 50-50s, one-to-ones, you always have a 50-50 outcome. So this trade is 50-50. But then I woke up 6 hours ago. I saw this trade was almost for how long? Let's count. Was almost for 19 hours in profit, 20 hours in profit. So usually, not every time, but usually the trades that are in profit, I think they continue to the profit target because they're already winning. Yeah, you know the winning horse theory. If you have a horse race and the horses that are ahead, they will likely continue and win the race. The exact same thing with this. So what I do is I added another position. So this is 2000 risk. This is also another 2000 risk grant. I added another position, and I'm just chilling until price goes into the TP target. If this trade went all the way back to the original entry, I lose 2000 only, and I lose also the profits. But it's a one-to-one at the end of the day. Who cares? I lose profits. and I get in break even, and I also lose 1R. But then if I win, instead of losing 2k, now I'm gonna make 4k. Yeah, that I think that makes sense. That's way better than. So if I would ask you, yo, would you risk 2k to make 4k? Obviously yes, especially if it's a winning trade. It will likely, and like our take profit is super realistic. Like that's the next H1 support resistance zone. So it's so realistic. We wouldn't even need to go to visit the support resistance. As long as we hit the 1-to-1, I'm out. And although like I like to hold trades and go aggressive, for example, the GJ trade for yesterday, look, everything can happen in the FX market. Okay? So I took this trade. Obviously, the entry was so garbage, and I deserve to lose it. And I also I knew that it's just it's a bad trading habit I have. Sometimes I just like to hold trades. But also, like, I'm not happy, not because I went into break even. I'm not actually happy because when I added, like, I've been in this trade, like, I took all trades at the same time. So when I added, I've been already for 21 hours in profit. So I thought, well, liquidity, like, price looks for liquidity, yeah? And price, I think price didn't actually take enough liquidity from this zone or fuel or steam to bounce into the next zone. So what happened, I thought sellers are just going to show up and will continue. But since statistically you're more likely to win 1-to-1 trades than 1-to-2, because it's all statistics. I could have accepted the 1-to-1 and went out and then lost another 1-to-1. But then I was expecting price to continue because, you know, it's difficult to actually predict the market. It's so difficult. But I thought, yeah, it's been in profits already, and if it actually wants to hit my target, it will hit my target easily because we have a small target, like the next support resistance zone. So I thought it would be a break retest, but then although it broke and went down, but it didn't grab enough liquidity from this zone. How did I draw this zone? I went into the daily again. I saw this. I usually go to my MacBook, and then like I click over here, and then I zoom. Like I try my best to zoom all the way in, and I try to completely put the wick, like completely the full wick on no second guess reversal. That was a completely no second guess reversal. It went up, and then it went. Look how buyers showed up when it came again, and then went down. It even made a retest on this. Let me show you guys. Okay, so we're in the H4 chart. So you could have actually capitalized on this zone. Like you don't even need to wait for a rejection because it's already clear, no second guess. So we made a low, high, low, high, lower low, and then even if we went to the 30-minute time frame, like let's see, you had a bearish engulfing candle. Clear, no second guess bearing engulfing candle. You could have placed this sell over here with a stop loss above the high because nobody knows what happens. Price could actually come up, retest, and continue going up. Everything can happen in the markets. But you're with the trend now, and we all already broken it. We've already made a new lower low, and then you could have had a wide stop loss. Like that's a 300 pip stop loss. If you were actually aggressive, you could have placed another stop loss, 220. That's so realistic. And you could have also like 200. That would be my stop loss because we're already above the zone. If it wants to continue, it will, and it's already obviously making a bearish engulfing candle. You see the bearish candle is way bigger than the bullish candle, and it closed, although that's a wick, but it's still closed below the medium of the bullish candle. And then you could have targeted the, let's say, you still could have gone this low, but let's go to the H1 so we have another clear target. So you could have targeted this. This would be my TP. 1 to 5, clear. And if you wanted to be way more aggressive, you could have even targeted the final lows, these lows. And especially like once price starts a new trend, you see low, high, lower low, another lower low, which confirms it. I've been here, like I remember this. But people think price can go all the way up. That would be such a realistic. So once price goes over here, break retest, break retest, break retest, break retest. You can capitalize so much, especially on JPY pairs, because JPY pairs are the best. JPY pairs are the best. Everybody knows it. They respect, especially GJ. GJ is the best pair in Forex. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows GJ is the best because it respects technical so good. And even me personally, I gambled this because that was, yes, it was a rejection, but what would be better if it was a small H1 rejection, or maybe even so many H1 rejections, H1 rejection closure, and it's still in the zone but still rejected. So many H1 rejections. These are the A++++ setups in the as an entry candle. So we almost made a 1-to-1. I think that's the thing for GJ. We made a 1-to-1 on GJ. We went into break even. I think I journaled the GJ loss. Yeah, I did. Let me just check again. So let's journal it live in 4K. Okay, so GJ loss. Why did we lose? Although it's a break even, but since break even and lost the added trade after adding to the trade when it was winning in profit for 20 hours. Mistake. I entered GJ short when price did not pause and grab liquidity for the second retest before taking off. What I did over here is price went up, it went down, but it doesn't work. It's not that smooth like realistic market. It doesn't go up, down, retest, and dumps to hell. This doesn't happen. What usually happens, it goes down, goes up, goes down, then tries to take some liquidity, and if buyers show, it would continue up. But what usually happens is, because again we've already seen the zone, like you see, clear reversal. What usually happens is price would close H1 rejection candles with the wicks, and maybe even engulfing candles if somebody knows what an engulfing candle is. It will give everybody an opportunity. The market is here to stay. The market is going nowhere. You see this trade, although like I FOMO'd, it was still a 1-to-1 winner trade. But the big trades, like what I'm expecting is price can actually go all the way to over here. Why do I think price can actually go all the way to over here, or at least maybe in the middle? Number one, although this is a respectful support resistance zone, and what can happen also, price can also come here range, but the big zones, the major zone is over here. So price can, what can happen is maybe even at least a liquidity wick that touches this zone. Everybody just gets out of their short positions and a new buy position, because anybody would want to love buy over here, and price will pump and continue its daily uptrend. Because now in the daily, and obviously in the H4, like we're in a clear uptrend. Like you broke the lower low, made a high, you broke all these highs. We have higher high, low, high, low, high, low, high. Now we made a new higher high, and now what we're waiting for is another low. We're waiting for another higher low, and we're anticipating a brand new uptrend. And what can happen is, like, you know, the markets get manipulated. What do I mean by the markets get manipulated? Like, you see these fat ass wicks? Like, that's not natural, yeah? These huge wicks. This wick It's not natural. So what can we actually expect? Like, although the uptrend may not still stop, but what can happen is we can have a huge liquidity spike. Price takes all the buyers out and takes all the sellers, takes all the buyers out, especially the buyers with tight stop loss, and takes the brand new buyers that have a pending order in this no second guess clear liquidity zone. What will happen is price will take all the gas and fuel and then create a new higher high, maybe in a news event or whatever. But that's my GJ breakdown. That's my GJ breakdown. We've okay, so I think I placed this in the wrong section. Okay, I think we're trying to connect. Bro, but don't tell me I lost internet connection. I don't think so. So we take this. Boom, we're over here. So just clear GJ, and then I'll draw the zone later on my laptop. But yeah, we're out, and yeah, let's look at what's happening on EU. I've already broken down EU. US dollar CAD. It was a gamble trade, obviously. Why? Because I've seen this liquidity wick. So it's a daily. At one point, price went into this zone and went down, and it actually did. But that is the problem, because I don't like I don't like going short as soon as price touches the zone, because I know that the big banks, the hedge funds, institutions, they like to manipulate price. They like to manipulate it. So retail sellers, what will they do? They think, oh, price is at support, at resistance zone, let's sell. But what price can 50% of the time and even more make a huge spike or liquidity wick, and then it will continue go down. And once it continues going down, you should wait for the retest and then take the sell trade. And even the retest, as you see, didn't bounce all the way to the next support resistance zone. But it was still the safe option, because we grab liquidity, and now we retested the liquidity zone the second time, and we closed H1 rejection closer, as you see over here, and second, third, 3 H1 rejection closer. You could have entered anywhere from these 3 H1 rejection closers. Stop loss above the wick, obviously. Let's say we entered in the middle of the zone. Stop loss above the wick, and TP to the next support resistance zone. You could have barely made a 1-to-1. You could have barely made a 1-to-1 if you actually targeted a 1-to-1. Like if you didn't even give it room to breathe. If you placed a tight stop loss. But what usually will happen, especially for me personally, I will have a wider stop loss, maybe a bigger target, 1-to-2, 2.5, which is so realistic. And once price goes over here, like we've already reached almost a 1-to-1, I would have my stop loss in break even. If it hit break even, well, we lost. And if it continued in profit, then I will add another position and another position. This snowballs your profits so well, and you can actually grow your account incredibly fast. You can have huge banger winners. I'll show you some examples. For example, the NZD-USD trade, we made 12K. How did we make 12K? It was in profit for so long, and before the New York Open, I placed another added position. It went all the way to the target instantly with news. I didn't hold it because now it's the support resistance, and if something goes up so fast, it can also go down so fast. That was my brain thinking. So I thought, let's secure profits. It's already 12K. I could have actually passed the Ftmo challenge from this, but that's real. That's 3R multiple, which is already great. For example, the GJ trade, I don't have the exit. I don't know what happened. CAD JPY, you see, like, it's so realistic. 4.5. I enter like in the zone. It makes an H1 direction closer. I enter. It dumps. I should have actually held it. I've added also. I think I've added another trade, but it's so difficult to hold trades. It's so difficult. That's the most difficult stressful thing, especially as a trader, because you know lose streaks are real and they can happen anytime and nobody can predict them. So let's actually analyze. So on Monday, like I had the losing streak. On Wednesday, I've also had another losing streak. But on Monday, especially, like I had a shit low streak. Wednesdays, Thursdays. But I'm trying to scout for a pattern. Pattern recognition is real. So we've highlighted this. On Monday, I also lost. On Friday, I've also lost. Tuesday, Friday, I lost. Monday, I lost. Friday, I lost. Bro, which is today, yeah. So this trade, the German 40 trade, I saw the support resistance zones. I think instead of creating a key level, I think having a zone could have been better. Yeah. But then price, from my experience, the indices, they respect key levels way better than support resistance zones. This is why I trade key levels, especially on the daily. Like this specific price, it bounced, you see? For example, this key level, it bounced instantly. For the NZD CHF, again, daily support resistance zone. I've drawn it like this, so it's clear, no second guess. So I went to the H1, and I saw, oh, it's already in the middle of the zone. It's way likely, it looks like I've drawn a trend line, so I thought, yeah, we will likely continue to the next support resistance zone. If we didn't, we didn't. But now, so let's actually see how much profit we have. We have a 0.7, and my rule is if price goes more than a 0.5, I will place a break-even stop loss. So let's go NZDCHF. So we entered at 518.75. Boom. So now I think this video can be so long, especially it's already 33 minutes of me rambling. But yeah, I'll make a part 2, weekly outlook, and see you guys on the next video.